guys, it's Marie here. So I just got up. I was so tired yesterday. Today I have an interview for something that's really cool. It's a documentary being made about filmmakers and creative people, actors, writers, directors. It's being made locally. So I emailed the guy and I was like, hey, I'd love to be a part of your thing. I told him about myself and how I was a teenager and stuff like that. And so he invited me to come to his studio to interview. Honestly, I'm freaked out because I have no idea what's going to be at this interview. I don't know anything really about the people. I just thought this is a cool opportunity and I'm up for it. So what I'm going to do is watch a little bit of TV and then I'm going to take a shower, get dressed, put some clothes on, and try to get ready for this as much as possible. I'm gonna vlog as much as I can, and maybe if the guy lets me, he'll even let me vlog the whole meeting. So alright, I love you guys so much. Ciao. So I'm getting ready for my interview and I realized that I have to leave in like 5 minutes, but I don't have any makeup or anything really, and I'm kind of freaking out right now. So I will see you guys later. But what do you think of my outfit? What do you think of this dress? Do you think it's cute? I think it is. Hey you guys, so I'm in the car on the way to my interview. So a little bit more detail on the interview. It's a film production company, like I said before, and they're just looking for creative people, actors, singers, dancers, filmmakers, and it's a interview for a documentary. The web series is about how different creative people, how they balance their life versus their acting or their creative life. How do you deal with trying to become an actress while also have fun, have life, hang out with your friends, stuff like that. So I found the casting call on Facebook, so I emailed the guy and I kind of told him about myself, about how I'm a filmmaker, actor, writer, and I spend a lot of time going, like today, instead of going to a birthday party, I'm going to an interview. Instead of hanging out with my friends, I am practicing my script or going to drama or something like that. And so I think what he's going to be asking me is more about myself and my acting life and what I do daily and the kind of stuff that I make. So I'm not quite sure exactly what he'll ask, but I don't think it's going to be anything that is too far-fetched or like that I'm not prepared for. I mean, I think it's just an interview to see more of myself and my personality and if I'd be a good fit for the web series. What I'm going to do today is I'm going to actually go to his YouTube channel and watch some of his videos about just some of the creative stuff that they've made, so I can use it as a conversation piece in case, you know, he asks, have you seen any of my work? Or if I want to ask him, if I have some questions for him, stuff like that. It's always good to do research on the people you're auditioning for. So that's what I'm going to do. Alright, I will see you guys in a little bit. Thanks to my mom, I was reminded to have a monologue ready just in case, you know, they ask me to say some of my acting work or show them some of my acting work live. And then I'm gonna also choose a YouTube video I want to show them if they ask to see some of my YouTube work. Guys, I'm done. Okay, so I was not expecting, I don't know if I have any pictures, a little bit of pictures, I'll put them in here, but I was not expecting to go in. But let me just start from the beginning. So when we got there, we called the guy and eventually he picked up and he let us in, and dude, their place is really cool. I think it's a building with, and they share it with other people, so there were like cool art pieces and really cool. And then you go upstairs and then you turn around to this building and they have like this huge production room. It's like a huge white screen and lots of lights and a microphone and that really cool stuff. And I've only seen a place like that once before, which was the commercial I did. They had like a really huge room with lots of lights and a microphone. But yeah, I was not expecting to actually be interviewed on camera. I was just expecting it to be an interview for the series. But no, apparently this was the actual interview. So it was actually really fun. They were all super duper nice. They introduced me and he kind of told me a little bit about what we're gonna do. He said just basically talk about yourself and how you have to balance your normal life and your acting life. Then when we're in the production room, he had me fill out a release, and then my mom filled out a release because I'm a minor. And then he said, okay, well, what we're gonna do is you're gonna go sit over there. And then he framed me, which means he has to see like how it's gonna look and make sure everything's focused. And then he had me say my name and spell it out. And then he's like, okay, well, now I'm gonna start asking you questions. So when I was sitting there, they had me look at the red tape, or this green tape on top of the camera, and then the guy behind it asked me questions from like his notepad or whatever. Just asked me about my life. How do I make friends? Do I make a lot of acting friends? How do my friends see me as an actress? And so I just kind of talked about stuff that I deal with all the time. I had to keep on reminding myself to be myself and not to worry too much. A tip I learned in interviewing, which I will give to you guys in case you guys ever have to interview. If they ask you a question, try to rephrase the question. That way they can just cut out the question and then just have you talk. For example, if they say, what's it like to be an actress who is so young? Well, you could be like, it's kind of hard to be an actress who is so young because, and you use the question in your answer, so that way they can just cut out the question. And that is something I learned when I was on the Bobby Game Show, which I should talk about because I think that would make a really cool video, but I'll talk about that later. I just talked about, you know, how it is to be an actor who is so young. Like, I talked about how I often have to audition for roles that are older than me or younger than me because they're not often looking for roles that are my age, or how I have to sometimes skip out on birthday parties and things like that because I have to go to an interview or an audition and stuff like that. It was just really, really cool. They said that it was going to be out in like hopefully the next month or so. So how long? Oh yeah, so the whole thing was pretty much like 15 minutes. There were 3 guys there. One of the guys left and he came back, and so the guy asked him if he had any more questions. I had to remind myself to speak a little slower and enunciate because sometimes I talk fast. And then the guy came in and asked more questions, and then when he was done with his questions, they asked the other guy. Apparently they'd been interviewing all day, and he said, oh well, honestly I don't really have any more questions. I think like this is one of the 2 best interviews of the day. And I was like, oh well, thank you, I didn't try, but thank you anyway. But it was really cool. It was like I was being interviewed for like a press media junket or something, and I asked them a lot of questions about, you know, who they were and what they'd done, and how my mom asked them how they made money because she wanted to know. So yeah, and I also asked them questions about themselves, what kind of work that they've done. They've done stuff for internet websites, stuff for TV channels, really, really cool stuff. But then they also make, you know, local feature films, just little fun, quirky stuff. Their production room was like really, really cute and quirky. They had like all these really fun backdrops and little things, artsy things that really made it fun. Like I would have loved to work there. It looked so cool. And so they said that this was kind of more personal, but you know, they're gonna like put it out there to see if it ever gets picked up. But this is kind of more of like a love project, something that they were just interested in doing. And I'm like, yeah, I know, that's just really, really cool. I loved how open and professional and nice they were, you know? I'm gonna make a video about this, but I've worked with people that just really aren't welcoming and really aren't nice and don't make you feel like they love it and that they want to be there. But you can tell that these people really love their jobs, they love being there, and they've done some really, really cool stuff, and they've made some really, really cool projects. And so I was happy. I was a little surprised, but I'm like, I'm prepared, you know? The easiest thing for me to talk about is myself. I'm not talking about how to be an actor or an actress or whatever. I'm just sharing about myself and my life and my experience being an actress. And so at the end, he was like, do you have anything extra to add? And I just kind of told him that, like, you know, being an actor or an actress isn't as easy as it seems, you know? And I guess you guys will see my whole interview when it comes out. But that was pretty much my whole interview experience, you guys. I just found my first interview. I'm so famous. Oh, and I just hit 1,000 followers on Instagram. What? I'm really, really happy. And I'm at 950 on YouTube. So if you guys haven't already, make sure you go and subscribe. below, because if you're watching this channel, then you should just be subscribed because this is an awesome channel. Alright, I will see you guys next time. I have a YouTube video coming up about how to be in a movie, and you guys should go see my previous video, which was a casting call. So be sure to like this video and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Ciao!